Welcome everyone to today's episode of Flat Tire Dan. An absolutely beautiful Saturday here in Pennsylvania. Like, doesn't get much better than this in August. As always, I want to start out by thanking everyone who's been viewing and has subscribed to the channel. We have actually had a little boost recently in not only viewership but subscription. So thank you everybody. We are grateful that you're watching, and I do want to touch base on that just for a minute here. First, Instagram, flat_tire_Dan. We kind of use that to give you little hints or snippets on what might be coming up next, and does give us a way to communicate a little more directly if that's the way you would like to go. So you can follow us there. We'll follow you back, and we can message back and forth if you have questions or comments about the channel or an episode or whatever. So if you would like, follow us on Instagram. So have some new viewers, some new subscribers, and actually I was talking face to face with one the other day who just started watching us, and so she hasn't had a chance yet to kind of go back and look at the the beginning of the channel, which was almost a year ago now, which is surprising. And so she had a really simple question for me, because we're kind of all over the place. Is like, what is your channel about? Like what was the vision? And, because we are kind of all over the place. I mean, most of what we do is outdoorsy and fun, right? But it's jet skis one week, it's side by side one week, it's hiking, it's camping, it's my buddy's daughter who does karate, whatever, right? And I had difficulty answering the question as clearly as I would have liked to. I did tell her that if you look at the YouTube description of our channel, it's one word, and it's fun. Like, we're trying to create good vibes, we're trying to spread and do fun stuff for people to watch, so hopefully they get a 20 or 25 minute escape from bad news sells in the social media world, right? But I really was, I could sense in her that I really wasn't getting my point across. And then, like it always does, last night Triton and I went out to get some ice cream. We took a walk and we got some ice cream, and he gets ice cream too, right? And he was sitting next to me after he ate his ice cream, and I was still eating my ice cream, and some lady walked up to us, and we didn't know her from anyone, and she's looked at me and she's like, "Your dog is smiling." And he was. I actually took a picture of it, and it's on Instagram if you want to go see it. But my dog was smiling, right? He was smiling because he likes ice cream. He was smiling because he's got to hang out with his dad, right? And that's what the channel's about. Your dog is smiling, right? That's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of vibe we're trying to put out into the world. And so hopefully we're accomplishing in that. And if we could be doing it better, especially for the people who are new to the channel, let us know, whether it's through the comments in the episodes or if you're going to follow us on Instagram, let us know what more we can be doing to make your dog smile, right? For lack of a better way of saying it. So for today's episode, this is more of sort of like an accessory reboot for me on my CanAm X3. For those of you who are new, this is a 2022 CanAm X3. It's a side-by-side, it's an off-road vehicle, right? Right after I bought it, like I always do with my stuff, I accessorized it in a way where it's stuff I felt I needed and then stuff I felt I wanted, right? And normally I'll do my research and I'll check my most best resource, which is other YouTubers, see what they're using, see what they like and what they don't like, and then I make my decision and I do what I do. In this case, I didn't do that. I kind of made a general assumption that I knew what I was talking about, and I just went out and made a purchase, and I ended up now I'm repurchasing that same thing. So what I'm talking about is side view mirrors. All right. So I can only speak from the perspective of CanAm, but most of their side-by-sides do not come standard with side view mirrors. They come standard with a rear view mirror, which is equally important until you put cargo in the cargo area, and then you can't use it for anything else other than seeing the cargo, which I guess is important, but you can no longer see behind you. And so you need to, in my opinion, immediately install side view mirrors for the ability to back up safely, and then for one other sort of serious safety point that I want to talk about here, right? So when you go riding as a group, which I try and always do, it's never a good idea to ride alone. My responsibility within that group is that I'm responsible for the person behind me. So what that means is that I need to keep regular eye on who's supposed to be behind me and make sure they continue to be behind me. And if they don't, then I need to stop, right? Wherever we're at on the trail, I need to stop. Now, I don't need to turn around right away and go back and see what's up, but I need to stop. And I need to stop so that the person in front of me, hopefully sooner than later, will notice I'm not there. They will do the same thing, and then the group as a whole can go back and hopefully help out the person for whatever reason they stop. Flat tire, stuck in the mud, whatever it may be. And so I can't do that without a side view mirror. Like in my machine, I have safety harnesses. You can see them here. And so once I'm harnessed in, I can move 6 inches in any direction, but that's it. So I can't lean out the side of the machine and look back, right? And I need to be able to see the person behind me if I'm going to do my job as part of that group. And so side view mirrors for me are a necessity. Now, the mistake I made is that I made the assumption, and I normally don't do this, but I made the assumption that a mirror is a mirror. Like, as long as it folds in when you hit something, that's all it needs to do, right? I just need to be able to see behind me, and if I run into a tree branch or something, it folds in, I can fold it back up. And so, and I'm not even going to tell you who the company was that made the original one, because they make higher level stuff, and good stuff from what I've read. But I went budget friendly, right? Thinking that I didn't really need to go the extra mile, which is something simple as a side view mirror, and I was wrong, right? Because in just a short 6 month time, these have taken a beating and they're not holding up. And so I needed to replace them, and I needed to learn my lesson, which hopefully I've done. Now, what I replaced them with is a side view mirror from a company called Seizmik. All right, now they make a variety of different levels of mirrors, lights, no lights, all kinds of stuff. I kind of picked the middle of the road product. It's called their Seizmik Strike Series. And that's what I'm going to replace these with. Now, why did I choose Seizmik? Well, once again, my greatest resource is other YouTubers, and so I went and saw what they were using, you know, on their machines and how much they liked them, and then some Google reviews and that kind of stuff, and I narrowed it down to 2 or 3 different products, different manufacturers, and then I went to those websites to see what they had to say. And the reason I went with Seizmik is for one simple reason, and that's just because I think every mirror, but if not, most of their side view mirrors come with a no questions asked, we don't care how it happened, we don't need an explanation. If it breaks or malfunctions, we will give you a new one for free warranty, right? I'm down, right? That's what I need with the way that I drive. And so that tells me a couple things about them. First of all, it tells me that they make a quality product, because if they didn't, they'd be constantly replacing mirrors for free and they'd be out of business real quick. And the second thing is that they really have been around long enough so that people who buy in their products will trust that warranty, right? That they've been around a while, where people say, oh, this company, I know this company, and so their warranty is worth something. So that's why I decided to go with Seizmik. So like I said, this isn't going to be an installation video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to install the mirrors. I'm going to remove these, which I got what I paid for. And I'm going to install the new ones, and we're going to take a closer look at them together and see what they look like on the machine. I can tell you that they came shipped well, packaged well in the box. All right, so they showed up when they were supposed to and how they're supposed to, with thorough directions, which are like 3 or 4 steps, not a big deal. Didn't come with a sticker, which I'm a little disappointed in, but they look to be legit. There are 2 or 3 simple pieces. I'll kind of go through that after we install them, and then eventually when I get a chance to use them, when I'm able to kind of get behind the wheel of this thing again, I'll kind of give you a review of how I think they work. So let me get them installed on the machine. Done. Maybe 20 minutes, and that was with taking the old mirrors off. So super easy installation, comes with instructions. 2 tools, a 10mm socket and 8mm Allen key, or I have one for my socket wrench, but 8mm Allen key. Real simple. Comes with a clamp that clamps around the roll cage. Now CanAm's weird. They have like a 1.825 or 75 inch diameter roll cage as opposed to 1 3/4 or 2. And so they send you a clamp for a 2-inch cage, and they give you these little rubber sort of shims to put in there, and then you wrap that around the cage. Now, what I saw on YouTube was that 5 inches is a good number from here to here to mount this clamp, so that way you still can adjust the mirror where you want it to, but it's not so high that it's in your field of vision when you're trying to drive. So you wrap it around the cage right around 5 inches. You screw the Allen key through the back of the mirror until it's snug. You get in, and while it's not tightened up but still snug, you can adjust the mirror up and down. Now it's still adjustable, but it doesn't move a ton of that way. So you adjust it kind of close that way, and then tighten down the bolt. And then the 10mm nut is under here, and that's just for like sensitivity of the mirror folding in, because you don't want it too easy to fold in, or it'll move around on its own, and you don't want it too stiff because you want it to be able to fold in case you hit a tree or whatever. But yeah, I mean, couldn't have been easier. And then when I get a chance to drive this thing again, I'll let you know how they work. Now, another thing I was wrong about is that I thought I needed a mirror that was taller rather than wide, right? Because I didn't think I needed to see that far away from my machine, but I did need to see up and down. I want to see the ground when I'm backing up for rocks and trees, and I want to be able to see behind me for the person behind me. And that's not the case. Like, these did the job, don't get me wrong, but I can see plenty up and down, and I got a much wider field of vision sideways. So again, they look like they're going to work great. And so far, so good. I would recommend them. And then, like I said, when I get a chance to use them, I'll let you know how they work. Coming up, Triton and I are taking a little trip. We're going to take a little vacation for about a week or so. In about a week or two, we're heading out to Lake Erie with the jet ski. Now I'm going to get some footage on the lake, assuming the weather's good. Triton won't be with me for that, but I'm going to try and get you some Lake Erie footage on the ski. And then on our way home, we're going to stop for a couple days in West Virginia and do some camping and some hiking. So, and he's really looking forward to that, and I'm definitely going to get you footage there. So stay tuned for that. I'll keep saying it, like there's no way we couldn't be having a great time, but it's that much better knowing you guys are watching. Like, we really do appreciate it, and we really are grateful for everybody who's been tuning in. And remember, stay tuned for more content from Fat Tire Dan. We'll see you.